Game 4, Eastern Semifinals. The Celtics have set the tone of the series up 2-1. Can they maintain their composure and take a commanding 3-1 lead? Now, the test awaits as they face off against the Orlando Magic. Round 2 of the NBA playoffs continue. Coming right up.
We're at the Amway Center, where the crowd is on their feet already. 2K Sports here to present you the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals. It's game 4.
What's up, Hound of Justice?
And one that could go down in the books. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Who's your team?
Scratching out a home win tonight will be absolutely critical for them, trailing 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, and the goal is to win tonight. Make it a best-of-3 series. They already know they're going to have to get one on the road, which is
hello. Can you hear me?
If they can get this one, then they've got a shot.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Then there's Irving, and it's Teague in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Willis.
What up, Money Matt? What's going on?
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Oh, Hound of Justice. You must be having just the best day right now. I still can't believe they pulled off that trade for Jimmy Butler.
Thursday's loss was a disappointment.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
So tell me, do you think this makes them favorites in the East now? Or are they on par with Boston or better than Boston? Better than the Raptors?
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. AI outside.
Yeah, man. I think that's gonna work out real well for them. Cause one thing I noticed last year, that's gonna miss. One thing I noticed last year in the playoffs, as good as Jason Tatum was.
That shot wide open. Hayward's got himself going there. His first points.
You didn't hear about the trade, Money Matt? Dario Saric and make that. Dario Saric and Robert Covington, and I think a first-round pick for Jimmy Butler. And then I think they also made a side deal with Justin Patton for a second-round pick with Philly. So basically, Philly's gonna roll. Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Joel Embiid. I do have so who are they gonna replace Dario Saric with? Though? That's one thing I didn't think about because they kind of needed that stretch big to go long. Man, I just talked about it.
Brown with it. Right side Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
I personally love the trade. I thought Philly would end up getting Paul George, or at least have a shot at Paul George or Jimmy Butler in the offseason, but it didn't end up working out for them. But now they end up getting Jimmy Butler anyway. So one thing, Robert Covington and Dario Saric are good players, so I don't think Minnesota got like completely shafted or anything like that. I think the trade's going to work out well for them too. But for Philly, I think it makes them real contenders in the Eastern Conference.
And Willis gets it to go.
And their post play has been really solid.
Yeah, I think they're going to play Jimmy at, because they have J.J. Redick still there as the shooting guard, and they are always going to need him for the floor space. So I think Jimmy Butler, which I think he really is a small forward anyway. I think he plays shooting guard because he was playing next to Andrew Wiggins, but I think he really is a small forward anyway, even though he's probably slightly undersized for a small forward. Come on, do that fade. Shoot it.
5 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot, and he gets the bucket. AI's got his second basket of the night.
If you're going in amongst the trees, you have got to be aggressive.
So yeah, Ben Simmons was playing point guard anyway. I mean, they play him with Markelle Fultz sometimes, but Markelle Fultz needs to basically be a six man now, in my opinion.
No, exactly. I think it's
I mean, they still could try to start him to try to raise his confidence, but for what? I mean, I feel like you could still be a confident player coming off the bench. And they already kind of made the mistake anyway with Markelle Fultz, because they could have had Jason Tatum, and they've been kind of weak. Even though Robert Covington is a really good player or whatever, they've been kind of weak at that small forward position for a while. So now they finally filled that void. I don't know how they're gonna replace Dario Saric though. That's the only thing I'm kind of looking at, because those stretch bigs who shoot like a high percentage like him or whatever, they don't come that easy. So.
Isaac kicks to Pirtle. 5 on the clock. Walker. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
And when Pearl sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now, here's Rozier. Got a piece of it. Rozier with the steal. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Rozier's got 5 points so far.
Boy, Kev, I love his game. He can hurt you in so many
I actually didn't get to watch that game. I saw the highlights of it. I saw Joel Embiid nail that last second basket to tie it into overtime, which was pretty exciting. They're gonna be scary, man, because they already have such athletic freaks on that team. Joel Embiid. I've made like a couple different videos about Philadelphia. Joel Embiid's like 7'3", and he can do all the stuff he can do. Ben Simmons is almost 7 feet himself, and he's like a pure point guard. That team is gonna be downright scary. And Jimmy Butler, man, like if people haven't watched him, like recently, Jimmy Butler is like kind of getting to that next level as a basketball player. So he's not just like a great player in the league or just one of the franchise player. He's getting to that part where he's like an old head who's just like ahead of the game now. So with all those young guns and him, that's gonna be tough, man. Do we got any Minnesota fans in the chat today? Any Minnesota fans? Yeah, I like Robert Covington personally. Like if I had him on my team and you asked me if I would trade him for Jimmy Butler or package him in a deal for Jimmy Butler, I'll tell you absolutely. But he's a winning type of player. He's definitely a 3-and-D guy. He can shoot pretty good. He can defend. So, and he's athletic. So I don't really. What else can you really ask for?
They've got Pirtle. AI is out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's Walker in at the shooting guard. This is out there for Orlando.
I think it's a big help when Pirtle can make the mid-range.
Make sure if you guys aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be coming with a lot more of these streams.
Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D.
Any Minnesota fans in the chat?
Maybe that hole was a little
I'm curious to see what the Minnesota viewpoint is on this.
I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
So it's Orlando now after the basket by Boston. AI outside. Walker's shot is off. The Celtics with the lead.
Any Minnesota fans out there? Anybody who likes the Timberwolves?
Well, AI in their last time out against the Celtics.
Yeah, Minnesota definitely got weaker. They definitely got weaker. But it's kind of a necessary. I just feel like it was necessary. I don't feel like there was any way around Minnesota getting weaker in this situation, because he didn't want to be there. He's one of their best players, and he really just did not want to be involved with the team no more. I don't know if he respected the stars. Karl Anthony Towns has been getting like a lot of crap lately, just because people, as good as he is, people don't feel like he has the heart for basketball or whatever, which is definitely serious, and that's always been a criticism for Andrew Wiggins. Stephon Marbury and KG. I remember those days too, when Stephon Marbury had the part down the middle of his head or whatever. And they didn't even stay together for that long. I remember I used to like the Minnesota Timberwolves when they had like Latrell Sprewell, Sam Cassell. That's when like I thought they were pretty cool. That's when they were a good team to me.
This thing is just going back and forth tonight.
But yeah, KG and Starberry could have been good. I think Stephon Marbury was jealous of him or something.
Howard against Hayward. Irving, good. Irving's got 6.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Sharp, he's covered by Irving. Shoots from 12. Goes back up. And Bamba lays it in. Bamba's got the lead up to 1 now for the Magic.
The activity from Bamba when he's playing with a high motor, watch out.
Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing about Karl Anthony Towns. You could totally tell that he recently got paid, and that sucks. You always hate to see that in the NBA player.
Here's Alexandris, and again it's Orlando converting.
Because Karl Anthony Towns literally could be like Anthony Davis or something right now. He got like, to me, I always thought he had the same set of tools as Anthony Davis. So, like, look at how Anthony Davis plays, and then look how Karl Anthony. But Karl Anthony is younger, so I'll give him a pass there.
And the Celtics lead by 1. For Orlando, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second.
When he laying on satin sheets, I actually never heard that, but that's pretty fitting. Give me that green light. That's pretty fitting. But hopefully this lights a fire, because with Jimmy Butler, they were a playoff team. So if all of a sudden, you know, they're a lottery team without him, then, you know, it says more about the team than it says about him. Because they were 8th seed last year just because he got hurt. They probably could have been as low as a 4th seed or something like that if he would have been healthy that last year. So, and then not to mention the fact that he embarrassed them last year. Not last year, in the summer, in training camp.
Number 1, Mohamed Bamba. And 1:01 left in the first half of the game. Here's Irving. Nice 4 for 7 from the floor with that shot.
He's got it going here in the second, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Here's AI. 7 points in the game. That shot, no good.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into
So,
the space of the shooter. This is how you
my bad, I was reading the chat.
Boy, too much
So I do think LeBron will probably retire a Laker. From what I heard, or from what I've read, he's been wanting to go to LA since like that he thought about it after leaving Miami, and that since 2016 he's wanted to go. I'm assuming he had like some obsession with the Laker franchise. So I totally don't think he'll leave and go anywhere else. I think he'll retire as a Laker. What's up, Terrell? Also, everybody in the chat, if you're a 2K head, leave your gamer tag in the chat, and I'll add everybody later on. Start setting up some crews or whatever to run the court.
It's all tied in Orlando. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
You think LeBron gonna retire with 3 rings? I don't think so, man. I think the Lakers just need to get it together. I think as the year goes by, they're gonna get stronger and stronger, and by the time they get to the playoffs, they're gonna be tough. Because one thing I noticed, the offense seems to be straight. I think Luke Walton does his thing offensively. The lineups are kind of weird. I noticed they play a lot of like sets with like Rondo, Josh Hart, Lance Stevenson, and KCP, along with like a center, whether it's JaVale or Tyson Chandler or whatever. And I think that's weird because it's basically like 3 shooting guards, a point guard in the center. So I don't know what kind of weird lineup that is. So Luke Walton, I actually did not see the screenshot, but I'll take a look later. I think Luke Walton does some weird stuff with the lineups, but I do think the offense, they put up a lot of points, and they don't seem to struggle. You don't see the ball sticking, and you don't see them struggling to score, really. They score pretty easily when they need buckets, and even, just in the flow of the game. All the Laker games have been, like, pretty high-scoring games. So, I honestly think they'll be fine. I just think they need to defend better, and then they need to, they need more experience at the end of games, closing games out, which LeBron will help with that as well. I think LeBron plays 4 years. This year, 16. I think he plays 4 years, maybe an additional one if he's short of 20 years, but I think 4 years. Yeah. After this contract will be, 20 years. I think he's going to play 20 years and hang it up. And in these last 4 years, I think he'll win at least one more. To me, it just really depends on what you think of, Brandon Ingram. If you think Brandon Ingram can be somebody, then they'll win. If you don't think he'll be somebody, they'll end up trading him, and they'll get somebody that can help them win. I think Kuzma's good. I love what I see out of JaVale McGee this year. I think he's been awesome this year. And I think Lonzo Ball eventually, once LeBron and them start to trust him, I think he'll be good as well. Microtransactions. Yeah, man. I tried to build my guy's at 85 so far, and I have another guy that's about an 80 who I'm building up, who's better than this guy. But I'm not going to stream with him yet until I'm finished. But, yeah. I did not spend any money, though, to make him 85. I just played all the games or whatever. Because I purposely said, I was like, I don't want to spend. Because I seen one YouTuber. Cool, that's what's up, Buckle, dude. I seen one YouTuber, spend like $100 or whatever on VC the first day or whatever, and just make his guy. I think it was probably more than that, because I don't even think $100 will get you all the way to 88. Because I think 88 is the most you can do without playing games to break your caps or whatever. And he just spent it or whatever, made his guy 88. Still wasn't that good. So I was just like, nah, I'm gonna sit there. I'm just gonna play a lot of games or whatever, earn the VC, break the caps or whatever, and see how good I can make this guy. This was a bad player build though. Even though he's still pretty good, but I don't like this player build that much. I shoot a lot because he will miss layups. I'll blow past the defender or whatever and get to the basket, and then he'll miss, even if it's lightly contested, he'll miss layups, and that irritates the crap out of me. So I was like, yeah, I need another creative player. And he should have hit that too. What's up, everybody new in the chat? What do you think about the Jimmy Butler trade? Oh, man, that was switch.
And that ties it up.
Kyrie Irving doing work with the pass. That's pretty.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here.
The Sixers starting 5. I'm having trouble thinking about who's going to start at the power forward position, because that was Dario Saric. I guess they're going to start. Is Ilyasova still there? I don't even know. But I know it's going to start with Ben Simmons, point, JJ Redick, Jimmy Butler, whoever they're going to use to stretch the floor at the 4, and then Joel Embiid. This trade is going to take.
The Celtics have gone 4-6 in the field since the start of the third. O'Shea the pass to Manson to the middle.
About Steph saying the Bucks from.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker.
Okay, I'm tripping. I gotta get serious.
In the third quarter,
I think the Bucks probably do remind him, because the 2014 Warriors, that was before they actually won the championship. They were good. They won a lot of games. They were blowing teams out just like the Bucks are. I think he's right to say it. I think they're constructed different. I think I think what the Bucks have now is what the Cavs could have had with LeBron if they were a smart organization. To be honest, that's exactly what I think, because I think the Bucks hired not to say nothing about Jason Kidd. I love Jason Kidd, right? But as a coach, I don't know. I think he was into player development more than he was about actual schemes and stuff, because I feel like he did a good job. He did a wonderful job developing a Greek Freak and trying to develop Don Maker, developing some of their other guys. I think he did a good job with that type of stuff, but when it comes to actual like play calling and stuff, like a lot of times it was just kind of like Greek Freak. Come on, what's that? He wasn't even in position to get that steal. I think a lot of times it was Greek Freak, you know, trying to do his thing and everybody standing around waiting for open shots. And that's actually what I did not like. I don't like to see that type of basketball. That's what you see a lot with LeBron in Cleveland and stuff. But
yeah, you know, sometimes your gut tells you to take a shot at the pick and then big move to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in.
yeah, but since they hired Budenholzer, you just see they play completely different. They play more like
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter.
they play a lot smarter basketball, and they shoot better because their offense manufactures better shots. So that's what I think about the Bucks. But I will say this: I love the fact that they beat the crap out of the Golden State Warriors. That was wonderful to see. You don't get to see teams just walk into Oakland these days and just whoop the Warriors by 20. So anytime you see it, you got to appreciate it.
And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play with Jimmy Butler on the Sixers. I can't wait to do that. That's going to be crazy.
The playmaking duties with this much skill.
And to me, GA, you love the unselfishness, finding the best look, and it doesn't matter who's taking it.
Yeah, the Cleveland Cavaliers, to be honest, I was like a well-wisher for the Cavs just because like LeBron's my favorite player. But the Cavs didn't know what to do with him. They didn't know what to do with anybody. The Cavs were just trying stuff, to be very honest. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The East is cold, man. The East is really gonna get better and better because they already have the Raptors. I always got to mention the Raptors because what Kawhi Leonard is doing there, that team is what, 10-1. You really cannot look past them. Like I think they very well could make it to the championship. So you got the Raptors, you got the Bucks. You can't look past them either because they're playing really good basketball. And they have a really, really good player in Antetokounmpo. And then you go to Boston. Boston has a lot of good players. You got Jaylen Brown, you got Jason Tatum, then you got Gordon Hayward, then you got Kyrie Irving, and then Al Horford, who is also a really good player. So
outside.
That's miss.
And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And I'm icy.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. Outside Irving, back to Teague. And the pass to Irving. Here's Brown. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists in the game.
Oh, how about Jaylen Brown showing us his touchdown low?
My top 3 for MVP. I think LeBron's going to be in the mix. This is in no order, so I'm not putting this. I need to stop running this broke pick and roll or whatever. I don't know why I keep ignoring the plays.
Passes to Bamba. Here is Nova. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get.
Yeah, sorry. I got to get used to playing and talking at the same time. So LeBron, I think he's going to be in the MVP mix. I think Kawhi Leonard is probably going to be a favorite if the Raptors keep playing like how they're playing. And then for the last of the top 3, I'm leaning towards Anthony Davis, depending on how well they do in Giannis. If the Bucks continue to win a lot of games, I think he could be favored. I don't think Curry can win an MVP again unless Kevin Durant leave. I think as long as they play on the same team, nobody's going to take either one of them seriously as an MVP candidate. That's honestly what I think. So even though Curry is having a great season, obviously, I don't think they're going to take him seriously.
Sucked out of this arena. This is not what the fans came to see.
Well, they took the crowd completely out of this game, and when you get a lead like that, it's sort of deflating for the home crowd. What a solid victory on the road.
Magic on defense. Following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. That one goes. Count it.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to
Let me
put
see.
this
Did I
one
miss anything
on.
in here? Everybody in the chat, if you're not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We coming at you with a lot of streams. Might not even just do 2K. I might slip some Fortnite in there. We'll see. Also gonna be setting up some squads or whatever to tackle the park. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's see. Make sure I didn't miss nothing. I don't know. I honestly don't think he would be the oldest player to win an MVP if he does.
Now, here's Ayan. From deep. Can't hit that one. And so it's Boston easily.
Yeah, I want to say, didn't Jordan win it like in 1998 or whatever, which I'm pretty sure he was pretty old at that point. I want to say he was probably like 36 or something like that. It was pretty old.
They had tonight. They don't want to drag this series out. They want to get this thing over with.
That'll do it for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference semifinals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.
All right, fellas, I have to jump off, man. Regrettably so, I have to jump off. I will be streaming on here a lot more often. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter. I do a lot of live streaming during both college basketball and the NBA games or whatever. So follow me at Exceed the Hype on Twitter, so we can keep this thing going. Also, I will be streaming again, probably if not tonight, probably late night, probably like 9 or 10 or something like that. I'm gonna start streaming. Let me know what time you guys want to see. What time you guys want to join the stream? I think it's Money Matt real quick. I think it's pace, man. I think Golden State made everybody like increase the pace to try to stay competitive. So since the pace is so fast, so many possessions or whatever, it's so easy to score like a crap load of points now. I don't know, man. I don't know about Kemba Walker. I like Kemba Walker a lot. I think he's a really, really good player. I don't know how much teams love him, though. Because, honestly, like, you never see teams really go out of their way to try to trade for Kemba Walker. Or you never hear Kemba Walker talked about. I think it's because of his size. I think they probably think he's too small or whatever. But, yeah. If he got traded, I would say Phoenix. They really need a point guard. I think probably something like Phoenix or something like that. Yeah, guys, I'm about to jump off here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and yeah, turn on the notifications for the next time I stream. Thank you all.